trying to get situated. This thing, I'm trying this out. Wow, I hope I get to use it. Thank you, Dennis. Yes, almost 40 years. Time flies. You know, I used to hear my elders say that time flies when you're having fun. I had no idea that 40 years could fly by so fast. Wow. Good evening. And thank you. There's my sister. Hi, Pat. Thank you for being here. I know that some of you are here because it's a course thing and you get credit for being here, and I'm so glad you're here. But some of my biological family's here, my UU campus family's here, my work family's here, people I've known for over 30 years are here, and I just, at this moment, I'm very full. So I'm trying to talk this so I can calm myself down so I won't start crying. Happy tears. Someone said to me, are you nervous? Earlier today, and I said, yes, but I'm not nervous in the way that you think. I'm nervous because the positive force that's in this room. I'm nervous because of the positive force that's on this campus. And I'm so thrilled to be here. The reason it took me so long to say yes, and where's Greg? Oh, there you're up there. Yeah, okay. It's because that notion of doing my last lecture, doing my last anything, I didn't want to deal with that. You know, it's like I think I have many years to go and lots of things I want to do. So the notion of last. But then I was assured that it didn't have to be my last lecture. Excuse me just a second. But that it could be a speech about what I believe. And now that I can talk about. Okay? And there are 4 things I'm going to try to cover tonight. 4 things that I believe. 4 of the things I believe. That we're all products of our experiences. You know, Rosa Parks once said that the decisions you make in life ultimately determine your destiny. I also believe that each of us should love our neighbors as ourselves, no qualifiers. I believe that we should embrace diversity, to seek first, to include. And I also believe that one person can make a difference. And we can do that in a number of ways. So hopefully, I can share a few of those before this night is done. Now, I had the good fortune of being the byproduct of 2 people who believed that family came first. And unfortunately, neither of them could be here tonight. My mother passed away about 6 years ago, and my dad wasn't able to come up tonight, but they're here in spirit. But these 2 people taught me about love and family and commitment. My parents worked separate shifts so that they could be home. One of them could be home with us at all times. And my older sister up there can attest. I'm telling the truth, right, Pat? Yeah, and she was in charge, so she liked that. But they wanted to make sure that we had all we needed, and one of them would always be there for any problems. They also managed to spoil 6 children, and we still don't know how they did that. Oops. I hate these things. Anyway, and they supported us because we all had our thing. Okay, now Pat was the modern dancer, so we went to dance concerts and that kind of thing. My brothers played sports, played saxophone, piano lessons, and all those things. They supported us. They were always there. And then I did try modern dance once, and then I was the speaker. I found that was I could do speaking, public speaking things. So that's what I did. Actually, I did poetry. My mom had me coach, and she even had me sing "Sentimental Journey." And we discovered that even though I was named after Judy Garland, singing was not my forte, so I didn't do that. So the seed that was planted by my parents was that family was important. I remember one summer, we rode all the way up to Mackinac in one day and came back so we could see the beauty of that place. And one of the reasons was because Pat was working and we had to get home, so she wouldn't be home alone that night, so we had to come back in one day. But that's the kind of thing they did. Or we'd go to Belle Isle on Sunday afternoons, or drive around and go to Quinter and have the Twin Kiss ice cream cones. Just because they wanted to share all that stuff with us. And I realize now that they sacrificed the time that they could have had together for us. And it just sort of, that gives me that warm fuzzy and actually a little teary thing. So I also discovered that sometimes our experiences lead us to a lifetime of commitment. I had no idea that in 1968 in Detroit, Michigan, when I competed at my first Knights of Pythias contest, that public speaking would be a part of my life for the next 40 plus years. Wow. You know, I was able to compete, school level, high school. I won the city championship, and I'll share a little story. I went to the state championship, and I won that. And then I went to the regionals, and I went to a place called Cap Hill, Pennsylvania for a tournament. And that's where probably my road to trying to make a difference in this world and have us be colorblind happened, because person in charge of the Knights of Pythias at that time said, your girl may be good, but our boy is better. There was a $5,000 scholarship for first place, zip for second place. The high school judges that they hired to rate us got up and walked out before he made the announcement, so I knew what was coming. When I wasn't selected, we were fine. But I was really angry. So they wanted me to come back to the Knights of Pythias thing in Lansing, the state level, at their dinner when I was a fresh person here on this campus. And my mom called. They called her and said, where's Judy? And she was like, well, where do you think she is? Because you knew. So why didn't you tell us before we left? And part of me regrets, I forgot about that thing. Part of me regrets not going because I wanted to go and sort of share with them what the experience was like. But, decisions you make back then influence today. Boy. Oh, wow. That experience influenced me when I came to campus as a fresh person. It influenced me as I got involved on this campus. I was involved at the residence halls. I was an advisor. I've been almost every job you think of on this campus, save custodial, I think I've done. Seriously. As an undergraduate student, a graduate student, active on campus in different organizations. Now that I'm teaching here, I'm an advisor here. I can't think of anything, except maybe department head or president. But anyway. The other thing is, the one thing that my residence hall experience here led me to was an opportunity to work at University of Michigan in the residence hall program. And I was the coordinator of project awareness. Go figure. Okay, so I got there and I loved it. And I actually loved the people there because I was told, cautioned by some people, to be careful. It may not be quite the same as it is here at Eastern or different people. And I got there and I discovered that the people there were wonderful. The students there were wonderful. The job was wonderful. They actually had, it was very supportive. Most of the people. I left to come back to teach because I sort of got this calling thing. You get a calling. So you're called to preach or I got a calling to come back to teach. And lucky for me, I called that gentleman right there. And he made that possible. I come back to be a lecturer and go back to school. So that was a good thing. So you never know what you do today, how it'll impact what you do tomorrow. Okay. I met a woman down there. Her name was Mary Antio. And she talked about being a good steward. You know what good stewardship is? That means you leave a place, better than the way you found it. So we used to talk to our okay, I'll keep talking over those guys, to our residence hall students, our programs that we have. If you walk into a lounge and it was messy, or things were in disarray, before you left, it was in order, and everything was picked up. So I guess I want to sort of plant a seed now, because I tend to do that sometimes, plant seeds, that I hope that you will be good stewards, that you make the place different than it was, the way you found it, wherever that is, whether it's in the classroom, on campus, in your homes, in your community. But we're good stewards, we make it better than the way we found it. So what else can wow, highlight. I came back here to teach, and I was able to be a colleague with people who were my mentors as an undergraduate student. And I have to tell you that it's awesome that I was able to be a colleague with Sally McCracken and Gail Compton and Gary Evans and Bucky Buchanan and Harry Bowen and Gail Compton. And Gail Compton was, if you didn't know him or know of him, is what I call the guru. He was an interpersonal family communication person who was so calm and so just inspiring. When we came to